Wow, these anti-fiction people are merciless over fictional characters. We don't forgive you. That implies that we need your forgiveness. The context for this one is this artist who drew tales from Sonic in a lewd way, and other Sonic characters lewd. It's the kind of controversy that takes me back to the 2000s, because that's when Sonic 18 plus content boomed in popularity. It's a cartoon fox who is best friends with a sassy, snarky cartoon hedgehog. It's about as not real as you can get with fiction. But it's clearly still an issue with these people. Liz is just a sexualized version of Classic Amy, a character with the appearance of a child. Classic Amy. Child. What makes you think that a real child looks like this? Do you think any child has eyes that connect, or pink furs that dominate her whole head, or a black pointy nose? If the character is still recognized as a child, sexualizing them remains disgusting. Goodness gracious, they're fictional characters, they're not real. You being disgusted by people liking them is not worthy of this artist being cancelled over a fictional pink hedgehog. Why did he choose to sexualize characters who are widely perceived as underage? They are also widely perceived as fictional. I guess you totally missed that fact. It doesn't matter if they are underage. It's fictional. The age is entirely made up. Heck, if you know anything about Sonic, none of the characters should be tasked with saving the world. And yet they did, despite being underage. Why do these creators love putting cartoon animals in dangerous situations? Do they like to abuse animals? Tails and Classic Amy remain characters associated with a youthful image. A cartoon fox and a cartoon hedgehog are characters associated with a youthful image. Ever wonder why the cartoon fox boy is naked but the cartoon hedgehog girl is fully clothed? You want a naked cartoon fox boy to be the representative of youthful image? Think for 1 second. Anti-fiction people are merciless towards artists drawing lewd art for the dumbest of reasons. He constantly downplays what he did by calling it jokes, weird drawings, or silly art, instead of directly acknowledging why so many people found the content disturbing. You have not established why we should care that you find the content disturbing. Going "ew, gross" is not worthy enough to cancel someone, especially when the gross material in question are fictional. The criticism was never just about posting not safe for work content on the wrong account, but about sexualizing characters widely recognized as children. They're also widely recognized as fictional characters. I think you're missing this very crucial point. Many people rightly criticize the practice of taking children's characters and redesigning them in a sexualized way. Except these are not children. If you look at these characters and think they are children, there's something wrong with you. Their eyes literally connect. They have furs all over their body. What makes you think they are children? Just because they behave like children doesn't mean they should be treated like real children. Also, just because you say your criticism is right doesn't make it right. The sexualization of characters recognized as minors should not be normalized. You are way too late on this conversation. Sonic 18 Plus has been normal since the 2000s. Congratulations for joining in, kiddo. Supporting this type of content only contributes to its continued acceptance when it clearly crossed lines that many people consider inappropriate. There are no lines being crossed. They are fictional characters. The only lines that are being crossed are within the canvas of these drawings of fictional furry animals that are obviously not real. If you seriously think that being into fictional furry animals is a criminal offense, please go ahead and call the cops. I want them to hear you say, "This guy likes to draw Sonic porn," and see how much the police will take you seriously. Anti-fiction people loves to bark, but they do not like it when they got barked back. Guess what? Those freaking wankers found this tweet, and now I'll have to put up with them all week? Wow, that's horrible. Maybe don't accuse an artist who make lewd artworks of cartoon animals a predator. Come back to me when they're actually going after real people. I am disappointed, really disappointed that there are still people on this rotten social network who defend with might and main an ugly fat otaku asshole who draws adult content featuring heinous things done to children. The children in question being cartoon animals. Cartoon animals. You're trying to cancel someone and accuse them of being a predator over fictional cartoon animals. And you wonder why people are upset. Also, you calling the person a fat otaku asshole is really not helping your case at all. We have plenty more anti-fiction takes that are not Sonic related, but it's still really stupid. This take is about as anti-fiction as you can get. The same way fictional non-consensual acts exist, only the representation of it is already enough. That's why they are both considered illegal. Wow, you just said representation of fictional non-consensual acts is illegal. Let's put aside the many romance books that these TikTok women love to buy and read that are sold on many Western bookstores. You can watch The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo on streaming, the Rooney Mara and the Numi Rapis version. You can watch I Spit on Your Grave on streaming. You can watch Revenge on streaming. You can watch Shudder on streaming. You can watch Shimoneta on streaming. You can read fictional stories and see drawings or comics depicting non-consensual acts online. And they're not even on the dark web. What's so illegal about the representation of non-consensual acts in fiction? There are children being harmed because that content normalizes a perspective that children are a sexual property that can be taken advantage of. Good thing that young anime characters are not real children, right? Or can you not tell the difference? That's real violence because it has real consequences against children. No, it's the real abuse content featuring real people that has consequences, not the abuse content featuring made-up characters that are not real. No one is being abused for consuming fiction. I suggest you back off. It's astonishing how anti-fiction people think that they are safe with children, but the pro-fiction people are never safe with children. Your type of person is the reason why children aren't safe. Consuming fiction makes children unsafe. Keep in mind that these children are watching anime too, the ones where they literally must bite their thumbs until it bleeds to unleash their powers, or the ones that have blood in general, and those anime feature children too. You're almost literally doing propaganda for graphic content. The graphic content in question features fictional characters that are not real. I noticed that you don't show them because they're so illegal, right? I don't care about the children. Don't worry, we can tell. I care about a hypocrite attitude coming from a predator that can't assume their desires. I care for someone who cannot differentiate between anime characters and real people. Those people tend to harm people the most. Liking young anime girls and boys is equally as a qualification for being a predator as liking real children. No, it is not equal at all. I can find images of hot anime girls and boys with a couple of searches in publicly available sites, and they're even official artworks. I can even show them here. I cannot find actual illegal content featuring children. I can't because I don't know how to find them. They are not in the public eye. For a good reason. The FBI and Interpol will hunt you down for it. You might want to ask yourself why adult sites featuring young anime characters are still up and still easily accessible with a couple of searches. It's because it doesn't harm anyone, unlike real content featuring real victims. Goodness gracious, another installment of this horrendous take involving this series. Artists fixing designs by authors with predatory tendencies. predatory tendencies? You're accusing people of being predators because they draw adult characters small. You're not even fixing anything with this redesign. She's still smaller than the guy by margins. It still reminds me of the artist who literally is way smaller than her husband and draws the characters according to her own physique and reality, but still gets accused of being a predator anyway. The Japanese industry normalizes child fetishism. Except the character is not a child and does not look like a real human child. Her eyes are way too big for what you consider a human eye. What are you on about? Accept it. No, I won't. But you do have to accept that Japan is also one of the safest countries for a child to be in. Way safer even compared to the West, despite all the child fetishism. It's almost like their fictional content does not affect their reality. My senpai is annoying got into another hoopla once again when someone corrected the proportions of the main female love interest Futaba to be more adult. If you find this uncomfortable, that is entirely on you. Stop supporting attraction to children! Then you should stop calling adult fictional characters children just because you think she looks like one. It's not just about physical appearance. Anime has normalized innocent and cute behaviors in infantilized girls. Yeah, anime also has fictional characters that are not real, so I don't know why you're saying girls as if they are real girls. These are actually just reproductions of behaviors that reflect those of children. If you look at fictional anime characters and think they behave like children, that is a you problem, not Japan's problem. Nobody said the problem is with short girls. I love short girls. I just like them to look mature like adults. See what I mean when I say that the problem is you? This is a you issue, not an art issue, and certainly not a child predator issue. And most definitely, it's not a Japan issue. There are women that genuinely look that small and petite in Asia and everywhere else. I guess you have a problem with them, right? The problem isn't just the height, but every aspect. The proportions between head and body, for example, is obvious. Because children in real life also have way bigger heads than their bodies, right? How about you look at pictures of real children, but actually never mind, don't do that. You'll be a bigger danger to children than any of us ever will. You'd think that moral guardians would limit their outrage towards fiction to just current works, but nope. Even ancient Greek will not get away from the wrath of anti-fiction. I can't wait for the movie to come out and make you all realize that sexualizing this scene makes you a freaking weirdo. It's just a scene from the trailer of Christopher Nolan's upcoming film, The Odyssey, with Tom Holland as Telemachus being stared at by Robert Pattinson as Antinous. I don't know how to pronounce them. Apparently, that's enough to rile up the Fujoshis in the room, to pair up the guy who played Peter Parker and the guy who played Bruce Wayne. I can't blame them though, they are good looking, but still, even IMAX is getting horny at them. Wait, IMAX? Girl, I am not shipping Telemachus with the people who assaulted Penelope's maids! You specifically don't, yes. Seriously, it's Homer's Odyssey. It's literal ancient Greek fiction. Are we seriously gonna make pro-shipping outrage over Homer's Odyssey? Anyone with a sane mind would know this is messed up. Anyone with a sane mind can also realize that Homer's Odyssey is fiction. The characters are fiction. They are not real. Do whatever you want with them. Homer certainly did with one of the most ultimate revenge epics. Just because the Odyssey is a product of its time and their morals are different doesn't mean we have to bend our morals for the sake of yaoi. That implies that you have morals. You're getting outraged over people making ships of fictional characters. If your moral foundation depends on fiction, you are in serious need of psychological help. Just because it was in the past does not mean it was right. Okay, Plato. It seems that your moralizing crusade against the evils of art still lives quite well to this day. There's another ancient Greek book that you all should familiarize yourself with. It's Aristotle's Poetics. He talks about catharsis and how writing and experiencing dark fiction is healthy. And then you have moral guardians peddling absolute nonsense like Plato, who thinks that fiction affects reality and that consuming dark fiction will turn you dark too. Aren't you just glad that your nonsensical moral guardian elitist mentality lives to this day, Plato? I blame it entirely on you. And that's all for the video today. Here's a cat. Huge thanks to all the wonderful sponsors this week. You're all fantastic. Don't forget to check out my previous videos here. Click the like button, comment, subscribe, join the YouTube membership, leave some tips, just $1 down below. And thanks for watching.